What's going on?
How's life been treating you?
Life's been going good. Out here and living in California in San Diego right now with Julian and Dre at the Razor's house, so everything has been going great.
Cool. Well, like you just said, you moved into a house with your teammates Julian and Dre in San Diego. What's it like living with those guys?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, Julian and Dre, we've all been friends for a while, so having them as roommates isn't too much of a change because we all get along so good, and there's not really any issues that arise in the house other than cleaning up dishes and just the minor stuff, but we're all good friends, so it's great.
Sick. How did the new neighborhood react to a bunch of people who skate for a living?
I'm not sure that the neighborhood actually knows what we're doing here. I know we get a lot of weird looks when we're driving up and down the street or when they see us here.
Tell them about the plumber that was here.
Oh, yeah. So a few days ago we had issue with the gas, and the guy came over to check out the gas lines and stuff, and he just started asking us the weirdest questions ever. Like, he was so surprised that we were the ones who actually lived here. He's like, so Horn and Chaz were out here with me, and he was like, so what are you guys doing here? Are you guys terrorists? And asked us with like a straight look on his face. And I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know.
Terrorist?
It's just funny. I guess they're just three different people, one from Scotland, one from Austria, and then one from Colorado. He's
yeah,
like,
that makes sense. Why?
And they also be at work at 11
Yeah,
It's
a.m.
funny.
yeah.
So a few months ago you graduated back in Colorado. Are you living the pro skater's life to the fullest right now, or are you keeping your eyes open for work opportunities?
Well, technically, I haven't finished all the way with college. I still have 2 classes left, which is a finance class and just another higher level senior course. So I've been taking online classes, and hopefully the next semester, which will end in May, I'll be all done. But I mean, I am living my dream of being a pro skater, but I mean, I think it's always good to keep your options open, and right now I'm just trying to get more involved with the business side of things as well as like being a professional rollerblader, so it's working out good right now.
Yeah, of course. Cool. You've been one of the top 5 pros in the sport for many years now. Does it pay off for you to rollerblade for a living? How does it pay, including salary, prize money, and other benefits such as housing and travel look like compared to the average income in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've definitely, I've worked really hard for the position I've been in for the last few years, and obviously it comes with a lot of sacrifices. I mean, going to the gym every day, skating every day, those things will wear on your body and I mean wear on your mind too a little bit. But I think I'm definitely comfortable where I am now, and I know I'm getting the experience a lot of people, a lot of my friends that I went to school with have never got, traveling the world. They're all about to graduate and they're like, oh, this is what I want to do when I graduate. Whereas me, I've been doing that the whole time I've been in college. So it's like a different life for me. And I mean, as far as where I am financially, I mean, I'm stable right now. I'm not rich, but I'm definitely not poor. I'm in the middle and I'm happy. So
you're
I think,
satisfied?
I think whenever you're satisfied, that's a good position to be in.
Yeah, definitely. Has it ever struck you that you could possibly make a good deal more if rollerblading was more popular?
Yeah, I mean, of course. And I think that's kind of a topic that's been beaten like a dead horse in the last few months in rollerblading. But at the same time, I feel like us complaining about it is getting us nowhere. If you wanted to change, go out there and do something amazing and do something that's never been done before. And I think all the pros in the industry right now realize that. And I don't know, we know it'll come sooner or later, but it's going to take us progressing the sport and making everything right to get us there.
Yeah, true. Do you think it will pay off in any way for you, rollerblading anytime soon, that you push the limits of the sport for years down the end?
I mean, anytime I skate now, I always want to get better. I want to learn something new, and obviously I want to be someone who's going to be remembered for oh, Brian did this trick. I've never seen anybody else do that. And I think that's what everybody who rollerblades, that's one of those small feats that you want. You want to be remembered for something you've done.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for your future that reach beyond skating?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I would definitely like to get in business. I don't know if it's going to be with skating or with some other aspect of extreme sports, but I'd like to stay in the kind of industry and kind of lifestyle I grew up in, and I think I have a lot of valuable knowledge that I could use it towards.
Comfortable with it already. What's a regular day of Brian Aragon like? How often do you skate during the week?
So a regular day with me, I wake up pretty early every day. I never been really one to sleep in really late since I've been going to school, so I usually wake up around 7 or 8 o'clock, usually go grab some coffee, head to the gym, get a little workout in, and usually by then it's probably around 11 or 12, and get back to the house and see what everyone's doing, see if we need to go to the office, handle any interviews or anything like that, any new product testing, and then just usually go skate. And if I'm healthy, I mean, I'll skate every day, definitely.
There have been some changes in the Razor team roster lately. Why has Don Bambrick been dropped, and how did this affect the team? How did it affect you?
Well, obviously, everybody knows that Don Bambrick no longer skates for us, but he's skating for USD. And, yeah, he's one of our good friends, but, I mean, sometimes change is not always a bad thing, and I think he's in a good position with USD, and I think our team's in a good position, too. I mean, just the change of cards and rollerblading, and not to take anything away from Don skating, but everybody kind of has to go their own direction sometimes, and I feel like maybe that's just a better move for him, and I hope he's happy.
Yeah, for sure. Are Baugh and Howard now on Pro or AMS?
Well, Julian is now on the Pro team, which is amazing. I mean, he's an awesome skater, good dude. And Jeff Howard is on the AM team, and I think everybody knows like how long he's been in the game too, so big ups to both of those guys for sure.
Yeah. You've been traveling the world last year to film the new Razor team video, Game Theory. What were the greatest and worst things that happened to you as the team while being on tour?
I think the greatest things was just all the traveling, all the experiences we got, all the fun times we've had like overseas. I think some of the hardest times are just the minor injuries you get during the filming process, just the ones that are just lagging, and not even the most serious injuries, but just the ones that hinder your skating that much.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
So.
Game Theory was premiered a few weeks ago, and the response has been great so far. How do you like the final outcome?
Well, obviously when we premiered Game Theory, it wasn't 100% complete, and I think a lot of people knew that, but we still got good reviews on it. And now that the final copy's out, I think everybody's going to be really happy with the way everything looks. I know from us just seeing the video at the house, we're like, wow, this came out really good, and all of us are proud of like the whole process and the whole filming. So
yeah, it was sick. So what was your favorite section? Why is it the best Razor team video to date?
I'd have to say my favorite section is probably Horn. I don't know, there's too many. I like Horns a lot, I like Dre's a lot, and I like Julian's a lot, and I don't know, all for different reasons. I like Horns because there's so much personality, and if anyone's hung out with Horn, they know how funny he is. Yeah. If you see Dre, I know a lot of kids have been saying, like, why is he on the Pro team, this and that, like, he's not doing anything, but I think after they see this section, they're going to be like, oh, wow, like, it'll make them eat their own words, and I know Dre's happy with it, I'm happy watching it, and then Julian's is just like, Julian, I haven't seen a Julian section for a little bit, and of course it's amazing, and I think it's even cooler that he has his own song on his section, so it just makes it that much better.
Yeah. So when can we expect it to hit the shops?
It's out now, so check your local shops, whoever you support, it's out.
Alright, why do you think an actual DVD is still important in times where most of the content is streamed from the cloud? Was it ever considered at Razors to release the video for download only?
I think that was something we talked about, and I think a lot of the media that gets put up on the internet isn't like the highest quality. It's not the most professional. It doesn't take 2 years to film. Like a lot of the stuff you see on the internet is like just like little short glimpses into what people are doing just to stay relevant, whereas a DVD like kind of showcases what you've been doing for the last 2 years. And I like DVDs because it shows your growth as a rollerblader. Like if you watch someone's section in the video, you're going to see like their style change a little bit or their trick selection change, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, definitely. What's it like to enter a skate park in the sticks of a foreign country full of people you've never met before, who think to know who you are and expect you to drop some serious hammers every day for 3 weeks straight?
Yeah, that's definitely a hard thing to deal with when I'm going on tour. I mean, I've kind of grown accustomed to it because it's been what I've been doing since I was 19, but it's still intimidating. You still feel like a little kid when you go into a skate park and all eyes are on you, and you know they're wanting you to do a trick that they've never seen done at their park.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I try to block that out whenever I go there and try to have fun and just let the skating work itself out. But yeah, sometimes it does get to you. It's a hard thing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So do you ever get tired of touring? What are the first few days like after coming home from weeks on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a common thing to get tired sometimes when you're on tour and you're away from home and you don't have all the comforts like you do at home. Like you can't just wash clothes, or you can't just go down the street to your favorite food spot, get food. But when you're surrounded with your friends, it makes it a lot easier. And when you're healthy, it makes things a lot easier too. So, I mean, you take it with a grain of salt. Like, you're getting to do something that not a lot of people have the chance to do. And if you look back and reflect on that, then it makes it that much better.
Yeah, for sure. You just got your 4th signature skate at Razors. What does having a pro skate mean to you? What's it in your mind when you choose the colors and the features?
Well, the first question, having a pro skate is just like, it's always been my dream. I mean, when you're a little kid, you never think that. I still remember buying skates with my favorite pro's name on them when I was a little kid, and I was like, oh, I got his skate, I can't wait to get it. I'm going to be skating just like him. I just remember that feeling, and that's why it means so much for me to have, especially my 4th pro skate now, and it's just like a lot of work, and it just lets me know that my work is paid off, and yeah, it's good.
What about like color choices?
Oh, the color choices, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we go in there, kind of brainstorm all together, and then we'll like pick the colors out. We'll get it sent in from China, and then people will be like, "Oh, I like this. I like the way this looks. I don't like the way this looks." And kind of just all of our combined input is kind of what the final product is. Even though I kind of have the overall choice selection of how I want it exactly to look.
Yeah, it's a perfect skate.
Yeah, thank you.
Who is the next in line for getting a pro skate at Razors?
Stefan Horn is going to be the next one, and then Julian Ba. And I've already seen like the looks of their skate, and then Dre, of course. So everything's looking good. So you guys have a lot of products to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, definitely look out. The SL skate has been out for some time now, and there's no denying that is one of the best performing skates ever. Is there something you'd still like to change?
Actually, I'm pretty happy with the SL boot. Before we moved to the SL boot, I was happy already. But then with just the changes that we made, like obviously just the way I can feel my skate, just where the groove is, like everything is perfect for me. I mean, I there's nothing that I could think of off the top of my head that I would be like, I want to change.
People keep complaining about warping sole frames and want more recessed screws on the bottom of the sole sliders. Is Razors addressing those issues anytime soon?
Yeah, so even though the sliders are relatively cheap, we're still going to be trying to improve them. We're getting some samples in with some harder plastic, and we just don't want the same problem that I've been having. Like, they get rounded off, you lose a little bit of sole space, or you start grinding down to the bolt. So hopefully we'll have that problem fixed for you guys soon.
Yeah, cool. Most skaters don't buy stock skates anymore, but make their shop swap parts, liners, and wheels for them, which leaves the shop owners with a large pile of unboxed spare parts to sell. Do you think there's a market for pro shells or pro cuffs, etc.?
I mean, that's a really tough question, especially because I'm not in the warehouses and I don't get to actually see, like, Aggressive Mall or Roller Warehouse or anywhere else. I don't get to see their inventories, but I mean, it seems like there would definitely be a market with the way kids are liking to customize their skate, and I know how particular I am about the way my skates are, and I'm sure kids are like that too, so maybe there is a market for it, but I think it just has to be handled in the correct way. And
yeah. So the WRS finals went down a few weeks ago. How important is the WRS for our sport?
I think it's very important. I mean, it's the only like really sanctioned event we have anymore, so I think it's really important. And a lot of people don't like contests for whatever reasons. Everybody has their own reasons, but I definitely think when you're in that competitive environment that everything comes out. Like, you get to see people's real personalities. You get to see new tricks that you haven't seen before, and it's impressive. Like, even when I go to a contest, there's never a time when I've been left unimpressed by what someone or what's happened at the contest.
Yeah, of course. Are you satisfied with the ranking you worked for throughout this year?
Definitely not satisfied. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest drivers. Like, I think contests are good, and I'm a competitive individual. So,
Yeah.
obviously, like with all the hard work I put in through the year, I want to see myself in first place. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't be unhappy with third place. Like anything podium is like what I would have wanted, you know.
Yeah. Gotcha. How are the newcomers mixing up things?
They're definitely mixing up things. I mean, you definitely got to stay. You got to be staying on your grind these days with the way kids are coming up, and I think all of us realize that, and I think it's necessary for the sport. I mean, if we want to see rollerblading go where everybody talks about where they want to see it go, it's going to take those newcomers to spark that fire under everybody's ass, especially their own and ours. Like,
Yeah.
it has to. It's just like any other sport. It's going to continue to get better and better and better.
Younger and younger and younger.
Yep.
Crazy little thing. What do you think about pros that show up on the starters list but never attempt to actually skate their own runs or just seem to not give 100% in the contest?
I mean, like I said before, I think everybody has their own opinions about contests, and I think a lot of these pros that don't skate contests, they're doing other things that a lot of the other pros who skate contests aren't doing, like just filming sections throughout the year, like traveling all the time, and like you said before, like touring gets really crazy and it wears on you,
Yeah.
and sometimes I can see why if you've been on tour and you show up at a contest that you don't want to skate. I mean, that's not what I do, but I mean, to each their own, and
You
I mean, they're pro
understand
rollerbladers, yeah.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Well, how would you react if you were to advertise your contest with a skater that gets flown in your competition but never competes?
I think I would have to. I can't answer that question because I'd have to see, like, did they actually show up to the contest? Were they interacting with the kids?
Yeah.
Were they hurt? Like, what's going on? There's a lot of factors that play into that. And I can see, like, if a big name is flown out, kids obviously want to see them skate.
Yeah.
And, I mean, sometimes, for instance, it's not, you can't do it. Like, I went to Brazil for a contest, and I was hurt. My knee was hurt. And, I mean, I tried to roll around as much as I could with what I had, but other than that, I try to interact with the kids,
Yeah.
like, make sure I get to meet as many people as I can to let them know, like, thanks for supporting us, like, thanks for being a rollerblader.
Yeah. Do you think one should distinguish more consciously between the pro that is competing at a contest and the video section you just saw recently?
Yeah, I think those are two separate things. I mean, some people, all they do is skate street, and some people, like, balance it out, and some people only skate park, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just different styles, what people like doing, and I don't think it's really right to judge people based on, like, if you see them skate a contest or, oh, they didn't skate good at this contest, they're not as good as I thought they were.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I think that's a really hard thing that pros get judged on, and a lot of times it's unfair, but I guess it's the nature of the game.
Yeah. All right, what's Brian Aragon up to for 2011?
So 2011, just settling in here in California, skating with all my friends. Right now we're filming for the ground control video, which we just started filming for, so I don't have an exact release date for you guys, but yeah, traveling. I'm sure I'll see you on tours at the contest, and check out Game Theory for sure. See what we've been doing the last 2 years.
Sounds good. All right, well, thanks for your time.
Later, guys.